Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys' $90 million All-Pro is set for an injury return ahead of Week 4. There's little doubt that the Cowboys' defense has been among the worst in the NFL through 3 weeks. Having yielded 1,293 yards to opponents, 30th in the NFL, and having forced just one turnover, tied for 27th, they've given up 864 yards passing, which is last in the NFL. While the defense as a whole has struggled, the quarterbacks have been particularly troublesome. Trayvon Diggs has not looked healthy. Kyrie's strong training camp has devolved into a May regular season, and rookie Siobhan Revel is still recovering from a setback to his ACL rehab this offseason, though he could be on the field in Week 5, and the Cowboys are in line to get back Darren Bland, who could anchor the group. Bland has been out for the past 2 weeks with a foot injury, but coach Brian Schoenheimer said on Monday, "Yeah, I think he's doing good. I think he's trending to playing." On Tuesday, team owner Jerry Jones reinforced that, saying, "I don't want to get out over our skis here. It's a good possibility we'll have him in Week 4. It's important to note that the bulk of the damage done to the Cowboys' defensive stats in the past 2 weeks has come with Bland in street clothes. In the first week against the Eagles, the Cowboys allowed just 144 yards in the air. The team allowed 720 passing yards to the Giants and Bears without Bland on the field. Bland led the NFL with 9 interceptions in 2023 and set a record by returning 5 of those for touchdowns. Injuries are a big concern with him now, as he suffered a right foot injury that limited him to 7 games last year and is dealing with a re-injury to the same foot now. The Cowboys invested a lot in Bland a little more than 3 weeks ago when he was granted a new contract worth 4 years and $90 million with $49.3 million guaranteed per Spotrac. The contract is off to a slow start though, and significantly the Cowboys do have an out after next season if Bland's injuries continue to be an issue. Bland, a 5th-round pick in 2022, has potential the team still thinks he has not tapped into. The hope for the Cowboys this season is that they can start to piece together enough of a defense and can hold the fort down through the current spate of offensive injuries, CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Booker, Cooper Beebe, that they can be geared up for a second-half push. The Cowboys are expecting to play new defensive end Jade V and Clowney this weekend, and if Bland is on the field too, the talent level immediately jumps. Getting Revel on the field too would give Dallas a defense that still has a slim margin of error, but is good enough to support a potent offense. Mazi Smith's Dallas disappointment could lead to a Buffalo Bills trade as injuries plague their defensive line. The Buffalo Bills are facing a wave of injuries this season, particularly along their defensive line, which has prompted speculation regarding potential trades. One name that has emerged as a possible target is Mazi Smith, a defensive lineman from the Dallas Cowboys, who has yet to meet the expectations set for a first-round draft pick. The Bills have had a rocky start, grappling with key injuries that have severely impacted their defensive capabilities. Ed Oliver, a cornerstone of the defense, has been sidelined for the past 2 games, with his availability for Week 4 still uncertain. Compounding their troubles, the team has also lost Dwayne Carter for the remainder of the season. Additionally, Larry Ogunjobi will miss the first 6 games due to a suspension, leaving the Bills vulnerable in the trenches. In light of these challenges, analysts have begun to connect the dots between Buffalo's needs and Smith's struggles in Dallas. The 24-year-old, standing at 6'3" and weighing 337 lbs, was hailed as a promising talent when the Cowboys selected him in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. However, after 2 lackluster seasons, including being a healthy scratch for the first 2 games of this season, his trajectory has been far from what was anticipated. Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report suggests that if the Cowboys do not intend to develop Smith, they might consider trading him for whatever value they can recoup. Smith could interest teams seeking a developmental interior defender, Knox noted, hinting at the possibility of a 6th-round pick in 2026 as a potential return for Dallas. Yet he cautioned that even this modest compensation might be more than Smith is currently worth given his performance. Despite the label of being a developmental interior defender, it is essential to recognize that Smith has had ample time to prove himself in the league. His first 2 seasons have been marred by inconsistent play, raising questions about his future in Dallas. A change of scenery might be just what he needs to revitalize his career and contribute more effectively. Cowboys named top trade partner for 2024 first-round wide receiver amid CeeDee Lamb injury. The Dallas Cowboys don't usually trade for wide receivers mid-season, but 2025 might be an exception. CeeDee Lamb's ankle sprain will keep him out several weeks, and without him, Brian Schottenheimer's offense isn't anywhere near the same. In his Week 4 trade block big board, Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report named the Cowboys as a potential trade partner for Carolina Panthers wide receiver Xavier Legette. The Panthers used a first-round pick on the South Carolina product, but they might be talked into moving him, Knox wrote on September 24th, adding, while Legette's tape isn't great, he's still a physically impressive 6'3", 227 lb pass catcher with an intriguing amount of upside. His trade value would be buoyed by his first-round rookie contract. Legette came into the league as Carolina's first-round pick in 2024, number 32 overall. His size, coupled with his 4.39 combine dash, made him an intriguing prospect to several teams. His rookie year was respectable enough, although he didn't quite put up the numbers Carolina hoped. He finished with 49 catches for 497 yards and 4 scores in 16 games, 13 starts. Through 2 games of this season, he missed Week 3 with a hamstring issue. The box score isn't pretty. He has just 4 grabs for 8 yards, but his raw tools still scream upside. And that rookie contract, his cap hit, is $2.8 million this season, and $3.3 million in 2026 makes him all the more intriguing. Schottenheimer's scheme thrives on getting the ball into space and letting his receivers bully defenses. That's where Legette makes sense. He's a slant and glance threat who can double as a whack monster on smoke screens, something this offense has lacked outside of Lamb. The primary question would be trade compensation, but Knox believes a conditional 2026 third-round pick would be enough to move him.